Assalamu alaikum. Today's statement is titled Clarification of the word Ameen in the Great Quran. It was written by Imam Mahdi Nasser Mohammed Al-Yamani on the 7th of May 2022, and it's recited to you by one of his supporters. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, may Allah's prayers of forgiveness and peace be upon all the prophets and messengers from the first of them to the seal of them, Mohammed, the messenger of Allah, and upon those who diligently followed them till the day of judgment. Allah the Exalted said, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم إن أول بيت وضع للناس للذي ببكة مباركة وهدى للعالمين فيه آيات بينات مقام إبراهيم ومن دخله كان آمنا ولله على الناس حج البيت من استطاع إليه سبيلا ومن كفر فإن الله غني عن العالمين صدق الله العظيم. The first house of worship to be established for people was the one at Mecca. It is a blessed place, a source of guidance for the worlds. There are clear signs in it. It is a place where Abraham stood to pray. Whoever enters it is safe. And Hajj, pilgrimage to Mecca, to the house, Kaaba, is a duty that mankind owes to Allah, those who can afford the journey. But if any deny faith, Allah stands not in need of any of His creatures. Within these verses lies an invitation from Allah to believers to perform Hajj to the glorified house of Allah, His sanctified house, Al-Kaaba, in Mecca, and those who are financially and physically capable must be Ameen, which means to respond to Allah's invitation to perform Hajj to the glorified, sanctified house of Allah. In line with the word of Allah the Exalted, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تحلوا شعائر الله ولا الشهر الحرام ولا الهدي ولا القلائد ولا آمين البيت الحرام يبتغون فضلا من ربهم ورضوانا وإذا حللتم فاصطادوا ولا يجرمنكم شنآن قوم أن صدوكم عن المسجد الحرام أن تعتدوا وتعاونوا على البر والتقوى ولا تعاونوا على الإثم والعدوان واتقوا الله إن الله شديد العقاب صدق الله العظيم. All you have believed, do not violate the rights of Allah or the sanctity of the sacred month or neglect the marking of the sacrificial animals and garlanding them, or violate the safety of those who ameen to the sacred house seeking bounty from their Lord and His approval. But when you come out of Ihram, then you may hunt, and do not let the hatred of a people for having obstructed you from the Masjid Al-Haram, the sanctified house of Allah, lead you to transgress. And cooperate in righteousness and piety, but do not cooperate in sin and aggression. And fear Allah, indeed, Allah is severe in penalty. And the true clarification of the word Ameen is those who respond to the invitation of Allah to perform Hajj of the house, which is obligatory on everyone who can manage her way to it. Consequently, the linguistic meaning of Ameen is responding to the invitation of the caller. The anonymous interlocutor Abu Nur is arguing with Imam Mahdi Nasser Mohammed Al-Yamani about the word that worshippers say behind Imam, who leads prayers, while sending up supplication during funeral prayer, O Allah, Ameen. Also, an Imam says in Dua Kunut, a supplication we read while praying during Fajr prayer, O Allah, forgive all male and female Muslims, whether alive or dead. Worshippers say after him, O Allah, Ameen, meaning, O Allah, respond to our prayers. In line with the word of Allah the Exalted, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم وإذا سألك عبادي عني فإني قريب أجيب دعوة الداعي إذا دعان فليستجيبوا لي وليؤمنوا بي لعلهم يرشدون صدق الله العظيم. If my servants ask you about me, I am near, I respond to those who call me, so let them respond to me and believe in me, so that they may be guided. And O Abu Nur, I get into no arguments with anonymous scholars of the nation, who use fake usernames on Imam's website. But you made me answer your question from the great Quran, so that I teach you the meaning of the word Ameen, which means, in the Quran, those who respond to the invitation of their Lord to perform Hajj to His house, Kaaba, and that is why pilgrims say, لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك. I respond to your call, O Allah. I respond to your call. You have no partner. I respond to your call. All praise, thanks, and blessings are for you. All sovereignty is for you, and you have no partners with you. They say so because they are performing Hajj in response to the invitation of their Lord to do so, because it's obligatory on everyone who can manage her way to it. Consequently, Imam Mahdi must not clarify the Quran in Hebrew, but through Quran itself, as it clarifies itself in Arabic, because the great Quran was revealed in a clear Arabic tongue. And I shall increase you in knowledge about the wisdom behind the word Ameen. It is a word that could be easily said by all people, whether they are Arab or non-Arab. Even a dumb who cannot even speak at all can say it after the Imam who recites Dua Qunut during the congregational prayer of Fajr. Perhaps Abu Nur may find what I said weird and say, did you make the word Ameen a miracle from the Lord of the worlds to the extent that the dumb can say it? How can he say Ameen after the Imam's supplication while he is dumb? I find what you're saying very weird, O Nasser Mohammed Al-Yamani. Then Imam Mahdi replies to you and says, O Abu Nur, here lies the wisdom behind the word Ameen that worshippers say during Dua Qunut of Fajr prayer, because the word Ameen does not require the movements of the tongue in order to be articulated, but it comes from the bottom of the larynx to the lips, while the tip of the tongue touches the top of the front hard palate. And whenever you find a dumb, ask him to say Ameen, and he will, because it is a very easy word for his tongue. Do you know the language on which Allah originated in mankind at the beginning? Do not you know it was the Arabic language, in line with the word of Allah the Exalted? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. وإذ أخذ ربك من بني آدم من ظهورهم ذريتهم وأشهدهم على أنفسهم ألست بربكم قالوا بلى شهدنا أن تقولوا يوم القيامة إنا كنا عن هذا غافلين أو تقولوا إنما أشرك آباؤنا من قبل وكنا ذرية من بعدهم أفتهلكنا بما فعل المبطلون وكذلك نفصل الآيات ولعلهم يرجعون. صدق الله العظيم. And when your Lord took from the children of Adam, from their loins, their descendants, and made them testify of themselves, saying to them, Am I not your Lord? They said, Yes, we have testified. This lest you should say on the day of resurrection, Indeed, we were of this unaware. Or lest you should say, Our fathers before us may have taken false gods, but we are their descendants after them. Will you then destroy us because of the deeds of men who were futile? And thus we detail the signs, and that they may return. And O Abu Nur, the first thing a child articulates is Baba and Mama. And these words are in Arabic, which is the language which Allah has originated mankind upon when they were created. And human tongues do not share the same words, Baba and Mama, to call upon their parents. Also, these words are among the words of the Arabic language, so that a child could easily articulate them as per how she was originated. How would he know about the words Mama and Baba? But when he grows up, he calls them father and mother. However, the dumb can use the simple form of father and mother, Mama and Baba, to call upon their parents. Likewise, Allah has made the word Ameen one of the easy words to the extent that a dumb can utter it in the congregational prayer after the supplication of the Imam in Dua al-Qunut in Fajr prayer. Do you get it now, O you who challenge the awaited Mahdi? From the clear verses of the reminder Quran? And O my eminent brother, here is a piece of advice to you. Do not wish to be Allah's caliph, the awaited Mahdi, because never did Nasser Muhammad Al-Yamani get it owing to his desire to become Al-Mahdi, the caliph of Allah. However, Nasser Muhammad Al-Yamani wished to follow the truth from his Lord, as he loves and pleases. And since there is no one in his time who is following the truth, as most of them do not believe Allah, except when they are polytheists, Allah chose him, guided him to the truth, taught him the book and wisdom that made him an Imam, leader for people. O Abu Nur, my advice to you against whispers of your inner self and Satan, which gives you dark suggestions that you will be great. Satan only wants you to magnify yourself, thus you become paranoid. But when you wish to follow the truth from your Lord without any greed for a worldly rank and stature, Allah will give you what you want, because the present life and the hereafter belong to Allah. And the wisdom behind the creation of us is neither for the kingdom of this worldly life nor the hereafter, because the answer about why Allah created us in the clear verses of the Quran is that we become the servants of Allah who worship Him to achieve His pleasure within. In line with the word of Allah, the Exalted, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم وما خلقت الجن والإنس إلا ليعبدون صدق الله العظيم. I created the jinn and humankind only that they worship me. O Abu Nur, indeed Allah's Caliph, Al-Mahdi Nasser Muhammad Al-Yamani, lives in a time when people steal knowledge and attribute it to themselves out of hypocrisy and to appear that they are knowledgeable. For they seek praise for things they have not done for the sake of Allah. Were it not for the knowledge of the Quran, the book of Allah, which He made the proof of imamate and global caliphate, I would have taught you about everything you ask about in regards to the book of Allah, the great Quran, as per what He wills. O my eminent brother, you are in great danger for thinking that you will be great, because this is of Satan's work that leads a human to be controlled by him and drives him crazy. But wish to obtain the pleasure of the Most Gracious, His love, nearness, and pleasure within, and you will not do so until Allah loves you. So follow me, then Allah and His messengers will love you. And know, Abu Nur, that Allah did not create people to look for them, exalted is He, but to search for Him, the truth, who created them to worship Him. Certainly, never will Allah guide anyone to the truth except for those whom He has found wishing to follow the path of truth to their Lord. For the truth is Allah, and Allah must guide the heart of everyone who wishes to follow the truth in line with the word of Allah, the Exalted. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ومن أظلم ممن افترى على الله كذبا أو كذب بالحق لما جاءه أليس في جهنم مثوى للكافرين والذين جاهدوا فينا لنهدينهم سبلنا وإن الله لمع المحسنين. صدق الله العظيم. And who does more wrong than he who invents a lie against Allah or rejects the truth when it reaches him? Is there not a home in hell for disbelievers? So be among the thankful ones and reflect upon the true clarification of the great Quran when you will find that which you were hoping to find. And if you are a truth seeker, Allah will guide your heart or avert it away from the truth after it had been clear to you it is the truth from your Lord. Thence, follow the way of truth that persuades your mind and reassures your heart. And if you are one of those who have ambitions of stature and loftiness among the people of this present life, you will inevitably be arrogant or see that you are more deserving to be chosen by Allah to be His successor than the awaited Mahdi. Admittedly, know that this is what Satan has caused many of the misguided ones to fall into for centuries. Since the awaited Mahdi is Allah's caliph over the whole world, as per His promise is in the clear verses of His book, and the true Mahdi should not choose himself to be a caliph to Allah unless he chooses him. Moreover, the servants of Allah do not have the right to choose his caliph, glorified and highly exalted is he. For he creates whatever he wills and chooses and never shares his decision with anyone. In line with the word of Allah, the exalted, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم وربك يخلق ما يشاء ويختار ما كان لهم الخيرة سبحان الله وتعالى عما يشركون وربك يعلم ما تكن صدورهم وما يعلنون وهو الله لا إله إلا هو له الحمد في الأولى والآخرة وله الحكم وإليه ترجعون. صدق الله العظيم. Your Lord creates and chooses whatever He wills. The choice is not theirs. Glorified and exalted is Allah above what they associate with Him. Your Lord knows what their hearts conceal and what they reveal. He is Allah. There is no God worthy of worship except Him. All praise belongs to Him in this life and the hereafter. All authority is His, and to Him you will all be returned. O my beloved in Allah's love, Abu Nur, be humble for the sake of Allah and let go of vanity, as we are not in a soccer game where you beat me and vice versa. But this is the religion of Allah, so beware of saying about Allah that which you do not know, because you will not just lead yourself astray, but those who followed you as well, and you shall bear your burden of sins, and that of who followed you without any basis, guidance, or an enlightening book. And do not interpret the Quran according to your point of view, and hold firmly to its clear verses, which you shall not find for them any interpretation other than its apparent meaning, which is the same as its immanent meaning. Because these are the fundamental verses of the book and the fundamentals of belief. O Abu Nur, take this advice from a man who knows from Allah that which you do not wish to be praised by people, but care to be praised by Allah. And for His pleasure, how lovely it would be if Allah said to you, what an excellent servant. Here, all of His servants in His kingdom lose their importance before the eyes of the devoted servant. I swear by Allah, he will see that it would be worthless if he was praised by the angels, jinn, and all mankind, and would not be co-equal to Allah's pleasure with him. Those are the ones whom Allah has guided, so from their guidance take an example. Also be among the devoted people of Allah, among people whom Allah loves and who love Him. And do not brag about being from the people of the house of Prophet Mohammed, thereby look down on people thinking you are better than them. Consequently, you shall go to hell, and this is the kind of arrogance and vanity that would take you there. Also be solicitous about your piety, get to know your Lord, and be fond of knowing which way leads to the path of Allah's guidance. Thus He guides you to the path of the caller, to the straight way, through the convincing power of knowledge that enlightens your heart. And do not be one of those who fell into the trap of the ambition to become Al-Mahdi, the guided one, because you will go astray and suffer, because Satan tricked many who wished to be prophets without Allah choose them. Eventually, he, the Satan, gained control over them and made them claim that they are prophets. And others wished to claim the stature of the Caliph of Allah. They awaited Mahdi. Accordingly, Satan whispered to them until they fell into madness, but wish that you would be a devoted servant to Allah, and your life and deeds are for the sake of Allah until you meet Him with a heart void of polytheism. And that is the great victory. O man, you have reminded me of the dialogues between me and anonymous users whom I have given what Allah permitted of knowledge, but only a few of them were guided. However, others who were searching for the truth were guided through these dialogues. Thus Allah guided their hearts and perfected their right. But enough arguing with anonymous users. If they are not guided by what I have written of knowledge, they will never be guided. You have entered the era of major challenges and consecutive events, and the promise of Allah came, so seize the opportunity. I swear by Allah that the website of Imam Mahdi Nasser Mohammed Al-Yamani for true learners is a greater garden than the gardens in the heaven, where they will find the bliss which is greater than the heavens of bliss. And no one will grasp this except for the people whom Allah loves and who love Him. Those who will not settle for the heaven of Allah on the day they meet. Peace be upon the messengers, and all praise is due to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, Allah's Caliph and servant, Imam Mahdi Nasser Muhammad Al-Yamani.